Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar in which we will present the integration workflow between PlayBox Neo production airbox and SNews Arion. This is our first webinar for 2023, so I'm glad you guys can join us. In this session, we will go over the integration between the two products from our partners from Arion. Lucas Ramirez from SNews will be also online, and in the end of the presentation, when we go to the questions and answers session, he will be there to help us and to join us, to keep the conversation going. I would like to share my screen and start with the simple presentation first of production airbox. This is a product you all know. You know PlayBox Neo's history in playouts for many years, but today's modern broadcasts, up-to-date news, everything is up to the minute, updated, requires a great deal of organizing of various media by the journalists and cameraman, video sources, text information to be integrated, organized, and being made very easy to push it on air. So what we have is a 4-channel playout server. Probably most of you know already. We have 4 independent channels. I can control them all together as one. There is a multi-viewer output that you can see on the screen behind me. In this case, we will use one of the players as a MOS protocol. This is the Media Object Control Protocol. This is used in all the newsroom systems pretty much in the world. And this way, the SNews Arion system will be pushing information to the player, updating the playlist in real time, and so on. This is made possible by configuring the MOS gateway, where we defined one instance, which we just give it a name. What is our name as a MOS ID? What is the new system ID? Various ports and IP addresses. This can vary by system, but it's fairly simple to set up. What is the time base? So 25 frames, 29.92, so on. And once we create this, we have a connection to the MOS gateway, and we need to define a couple more things. First is a media server, basically where is going to be the media that this instance of playout will figure out, we'll take the video files from. So what we do, we just give it a name, give it a folder. This can be a local folder or a network address somewhere on your local network. We define the extensions of the files we want to see, so we can filter unwanted, let's say, service files or whatever in this folder, so we can see only the extensions of, let's say, video files in this case I have here. So once this is done, I can go click on this copy icon, which gives me a URL that I can open in any browser, which will show me the library in a video sort of browser. So I can take a look at the files. You see a little thumbnail generated. Just if you don't see the thumbnails right away, just give it a few seconds. So they are generated after you add the folder with the media. And this makes it easy for me to take a look at it and see that all the media I want is here, or you know, being able to look at the media and organize it. Okay. Next, we need to assign players to our MOS gateway. In this case, I have 2 instances assigned. The instance is, we have 4 instances in production airbox. I just give it some meaningful name. In my case, player 1. Where is the IP address? This is a local machine. Which channel? 1 of 4, of course. I can select here. This will be my channel number 1. Update mode. How do I want to update it automatically? So changes made in the rundown automatically will be pushed. So I will choose this option instead of manually updating it. You can choose this if this is, let's say, better way for your workflow. So each story, let me go for a second here. This is a rundown that I have various blocks and various stories, as you can see them here. Each story, I have some information like texts, for teleprompter, for template for graphics. Some of them have video files associated with them. I can see the video files here by this icon. So let's open something that has a video file. You can see that I have this video file put here. Let me go to the first one that did not have a video file associated. So I will say add video, and it allows me to go and add video file to it. Let me just close this. Go to my mouse gateway and show you. I wanted to show you this part, story mark mode, which basically we decide how do we want to put notes around the file in the new story, so we know where we are at in the list of video files. I can put start and end, and the last action here is end of clip action. What do I want to happen when the file plays? I have option to say continue, which will just continue to play the next file, but I don't want to do this. Obviously, I want to wait for the next file to start playing when I want. So I can say stop, which will result basically pushing stop to the player. Playout, cue next, which will cue the first frame of the next file, or hold last will hold the last frame of the file, loop the file, or hold and cue is will hold, wait for a predetermined time, and then cue the next file. So I'll say hold last. Okay. And I can configure another player, but in this case, I'm going to be using only one player. Okay. Here you see I have this story, which is called test. It has start and end, and this is the video file in between. Like this is the other video file, this is the other video file that I have. In order to show you here, these are my stories. Let me just minimize this. And if I take some of these stories here that have video files and change the order, let's say like this, it will push and change the, let me select the file. Yeah, first I had to, the very first time I connect to the system, I have to select which news rundown I'm using. So I selected the one, and it updates automatically, just like that. Let's say I'm going to push this one to the top. And immediately you see good morning start went to the top. I can, when I create these stories, I need to select to approve them. Only then they will be available in the playlist. Otherwise, I can deselect this story and immediately disappears from here. This is very handy feature, so the story is still here, but it's not in the list of video files or media files that are associated. It's not going to be pushed. And if I approve it again, it will show up. This particular story has no video file, that's why nothing changed here in the video playlist, but it has CG. So we will go next to this portion. First, let's go to the configuration, go to integrations, devices, and this is where we set up the different devices that will understand commands from the new system. We have the airbox, which has a couple of parameters. Let's go over them. So the name, I can name it any way I want. This is just informative. Who's the vendor? This helps the system to support multiple vendors. Which protocol, MOS protocol, and what types of information this device can understand. So we have MAM, which is the media library that I show you, and then we have Playout, which is the Playout part of it. Here I can go and make different changes to the way the MOS protocol is implemented, which version of the protocol, simple IP addresses, ports, which profiles of the protocol, test the connection. I will deselect this type of association with the library, so it will connect in a different way right now. And I have also the graphics in a very similar manner. Select profiles, select ports, and so on, and my system is configured. One more thing, here we can configure which channel of the 4 channels we're sending to, but since I didn't select anything, it just sends default to the first channel. Okay, so let's go back to our rundown. I will select my rundown, my news, like the program, which is night news, loaded. You can see it here. And let's open one of the stories. And you can see here, I have video associated, which is a video file, but I also have a template that is for the CG. So how I do this, I say add CG. I select the project, which is the program Night News, and then I can select the template. Currently, I have only one template. This part is managed by its own place where I define these programs. This is the program Night News. Then each program has templates, multiple templates, and I can edit the template, upload new templates straight from the CG title box, the PlayBox Neo title box, which is the graphic system that shows on-air graphics. Typically, in this one has 2 fields, A and B as a variable. This is a very simple lower third template. And the third tab here allows me to push the data from this rundown. I will close this template. I have this rundown created right now in this order. I have my video files here, and I want to push also the CG part to my graphic system. Here I have the title box. As you can see, I have absolutely empty project. So I'll clear it one more time. I'll just start the project. It's empty. There is nothing shown right now. And I'll put the title box in net control. So this way the new system will talk to the graphic system to upload the graphic template, populate the data in the fields like the names and stuff like this. And I can control each of the stories as a separate slide here in the slide manager list. So let's do it and you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I opened the title box, but I didn't push my rundown that I did changes right now. So I select which rundown, what program. You see, these are all the stories, the slugs for the stories in their order that I selected in the program. And I can say, okay, I'm selecting them. And you can see they got pushed to the graphic system. I have them listed here in the order they're exactly in the rundown. So in order for you to see the graphics, I will use Airbox. Why? Because it has overlay of the graphics in the Playout. Production Airbox is just a player. You need to do the overlay in the video mixer, external mixer. So in order to be on the screen, I'm using this. So right now, you see my stories here, and I can go and start the first story. And you can see this is the lower third, and put the name and the information I put there in the rundown. Let me just go there. So this is the good morning story, and I put good morning, and the second line be my name. I can change these, I can add different video files, add more text to the teleprompters, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I can stop this one and just go to, let's say if I'm going to the next story, I can start this one that has different information here in the lower third. This makes it very simple, very easy to deal with. If I go and update the order of this list, let's say I'll put this one, Jordan Peterson, on the top story. I just need to go and need to refresh this, load again the. Now you see this story is on the top, not the good morning, which I had before. If I select it, it's going to get pushed to the system, and I can just start things here. Very simple way to utilize graphics, very simple way to utilize video playout. You can have multiple blocks, multiple text stories, different data sources, and so on to integrate into your rundown and manage the process. Obviously, the new system is a very complex system, and there's lots of scenarios, and you can, we can do another webinar together with our partners and go in details how to, all of the advantages of the new system. Today, we just want to show you how easy it is through the MOS gateway to connect to our layout, and how easy it is. As you can see, pretty much everything besides the playout interface it's a web interface, so it's easy to deploy, easy to manage, easy to get to multiple people working with the system, setting configurations and so on. The new system is a user role-based system, so the administrator can give different rights and so on. Very, very easy to manage and configure. Okay, so let's go to our questions and answers part of the webinar. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have, and also my colleagues are online in our chat, so we can all start the conversation. If, as you know, probably all these webinars and this information will be available in a few days on PlayBox Neo YouTube channel, so you can view again the whole presentation. And if you come up with any questions, don't hesitate, call your local sales representative, call our support, call our partners, and you'll get all of the answers right away. We're very happy to be able to talk to you, hear to your suggestions, maybe some to learn something about a particular workflow that you employ and how we can help utilizing it, or maybe do some interesting ideas to implement in our product lines. Okay, you can book a demo with both of our companies at any time you want. And Fernando is asking me airbox software can it use SRT? Currently, airbox software supports SRT. You can output as SRT. This is our Playout software. Let me just show you. The regular airbox supports SRT because it's meant to be a layout automation solution, and all the various multiple outputs are supported through here. You can support output from the news playout, the production airbox, through a converter, which is our media gateway. I've shown this in the previous videos, and probably you can find it easily on our YouTube channel. But the point, this playout is designed not to stream, because this is for live news production. So it supports SDI outputs straight from the server, or NDI streaming network protocol, but this is like a local protocol for a local infrastructure. So this, I hope, answers your question. The price of the products, guys, I will suggest to talk to your local representatives, because everything, this is how it's structured. The local guys, they have different territories and they have different price. They will give you the price for your particular area, answer your questions, what type of support you need, and so on. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Samuel. Who will provide the Ariane software? Depends on which side of the companies you talk to. Any of our representatives, they both will provide you with information and the software, the solution for the whole workflow, CG, playout, and news system. So doesn't matter to who you talk. So it will be supplied to you based on whatever needs you have. Okay. Rodrigo is asking, will this system be available for ST2110 environments? Not today, I cannot say that, but let's see. We just started with this collaboration, and pretty soon, there are a couple of trade shows, which finally, after some long period of no visiting trade shows, we are very excited to see you guys and talk to you. So there'll be definitely some announcements, where this whole project and this integration will go, as we talking to you, see what's important for you, and go, go further. Okay. Okay, guys, if there's no more questions, I would like to wrap it up, to thank Lucas, who was nice to stay with us and be able to, answer your questions if you have any. Again, all of my colleagues, support, sales representative from both companies are available at any time to drop us an email, and people will take care of all the needs and questions you have. And I'm looking forward to see you in next webinars. Again, if you give us some suggestions, what you like to hear, what specific workflow issues and so on, we'll be glad to discuss it and share it with everybody to see what's the best solution for that. And I hope to see you in person at the next trade show. Have a wonderful day or evening for me here. And I hope to see you next time. Have a good one, guys.